Life is Strange 3 is in works and we're going to see a reveal very soon. Is that possible? Very unlikely, but we're gonna talk about that because there's a leak circulating around. What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Life is Strange video. Seems like 10 years ago I said Life is Strange video on the channel. Today we're talking about Life is Strange 3, general release idea, what's going on, if there will be a LIS 3, so let's just begin, alright? Now back in 2018-19, Deck9 was rumored to start development for a new game. An interesting info here is they're working on a title for Square Enix. That's like September 2018, before Life is Strange 2. The publishers behind Life is Strange Before the Storm, Life is Strange Farewell, and Life is Strange 2, Square Enix. Deck9, who developed Life is Strange Before the Storm and Life is Strange Farewell, received praise for the work they've put in for the Life is Strange Before the Storm. They've themselves confirmed that whatever they're working on for Square Enix, it is big. Square Enix doesn't mess around. Life is Strange isn't the only one in their records. Final Fantasy franchise is up there, and the recent huge success of Final Fantasy VII Remake, it is just a cherry on the top. It would be cherry on the top if they announce it, of course. Understand, Dontnod, the original devs for the Life is Strange, is currently working on tons of projects, some unannounced, and the two that are announced that are slated for this year and the next year are Tell Me Why, which is coming soon. Unfortunately, it won't be showed at Xbox Game Stream tomorrow. Well, actually today, and Twin Mirror, what happened to that game? But yeah, they've got their hands full, so automatically you would assume that Square Enix would be like, Deck9, we need you. Do your thing for the Life is Strange franchise, continue it somehow. DLC, I don't care. Prequel, do something. Before we get to the leak of the new Life is Strange 3 game, let's take a look at how Life is Strange release timeline worked overall. It all started with January 2015 with the first episode of Life is Strange. Good times. Then a couple of months later, March 2015 for episode 2. Then a couple of months later, May 2015 for episode 3. Then July for episode 4. And then 3 months later, October for episode 5 AK season's finale. Right after that, Dontnod started working on Vampire and Life is Strange 2. So now we've moved to Deck9 since they're working on all of these stuff. Whilst Life is Strange was in development, Deck9 took over the franchise for a while to work on a prequel, Life is Strange Before the Storm. They worked on 3 episodes and a DLC. The release pattern went as follows. August 2017 for episode 1. So that's 2 years passed from the first game. You would assume automatically that they started working right after season's finale of the first game. Then gradually 19 October for episode 2 and 20 December for episode 3. That concluded the entire season for the prequel by Deck9. The game was well praised and well received. The animations were on point. Writing could have been improved a little bit, but it was mostly there for the first game's fans, including me and people like me. I wouldn't go that deep for the game or criticize this as the time has been passed for that. But the best part for me was Before the Storm's DLC episode, the bonus content, aka Farewell, which genuinely felt like a farewell to the franchise. Not in a negative way, but like the true closure for the story of Max and Chloe. We play Max and Chloe's story in the first game. We got obsessed with it, love it, scavenge every last piece of the story we could get from these characters and Arcadia Bay. Then Before the Storm gave us an even bigger look at Arcadia Bay and its characters, the darkest, deepest secrets. Chloe, and this time Rachel, who was the first game's biggest mystery. But Farewell episode is really what connected with fans, or at least me, because it goes even more further than that. All the way back to when Max and Chloe were kids again, and even more so, it follows the day, spoilers alert, when Max leaves Chloe, two best friends, their separation, and when Chloe loses her father, William. Exactly the moment her life messed up. She lost 2 of the most important people of her life. Knowing everything that we do from the first game, then prequel, Farewell episode is just one huge crying simulator for the player. It was one of the only times where I was like, this game needs not to prove anything. It just needs to be what it is, but that was all in the past. We moved past that, boys. That was in March 2018. Let's move a little bit further. In that same year, Dontnod comes back to the scene to pick up the franchise, and in September 2018, few months after conclusion on one story, there started another. Life is Strange 2 officially begins its campaign. Yeah, sure, the releases for this season were a bit rough, but it was understandable. The game was far bigger, had more content, and it was a road trip. You know things will be huge in game, and they were. The release pattern for this season went as follows. Episode 1 was September 2018, then episode 2 was January 2019, episode 3 May 2019, very huge gaps in between, episode 4 August 2019, my month by the way, and episode 5 December 2019. That's 15 months of one season. That's how you know they want to take a break before they themselves start working on something Life is Strange related. Hence in the meantime we have Tell Me Why, and Twin Mirror, both which are really looking promising, but we haven't heard much about them, and I would assume that they were slowly working on it whilst they were working on Life is Strange 2 right after Deck 9 announced back in September 2018, right when LIS 2 began its journey. Does the pattern sound familiar? Deck 9 starts working on something for Square Enix. Now, I'm not rushing or anything, and I'm not confirming anything, but it is almost 2 years here as well. The pattern is way too similar to ignore for a possibility, just like it was with Life is Strange's ending and Life is Strange Before the Storm's initial episode. Could it be that it's something completely different, a new franchise or a new take to the franchise? Absolutely, but we have a leak to support this rumor / claim, well, not this rumor in particular, but it's a leak. Do whatever you want with that. Now, tomorrow, or actually tonight, it is Xbox Inside, aka Xbox 2020. They're set to feature a ton of games from a ton of AAA companies and indie devs. Square Enix is one of the many publishers. Now, that would be enough, but we go even further. On Reddit sub Gaming Leaks and Rumors, a post was made titled Square Enix AAA Games in Development. It's just a week or two old at this point. Original post is removed, though this edit is still out there, which allegedly reveals the upcoming showcase game list for Square Enix. Now, this is not the showcase, I just want to point that out. It's just Square Enix development list. That doesn't mean they're gonna show it tomorrow. But yeah, this was even made into an article by Eurogamer's Italian version. In the post, we can read very interesting stuff, such as Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, Kingdom Hearts Project Oath, Tomb Raider, Eclipse, Just Cause 5. So yeah, Square Enix is a big publisher, it's a big name out there. But very interestingly, it has Life is Strange 3. Most importantly, it says something like this: Life is Strange 3 graphic adventure, Unreal Engine 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft, Linux, Mac OS. Key point here is Unreal Engine 5 and this gen. Even though we're moving to the next gen and no mention of Nintendo Switch, it's giving me cross-gen vibe, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is just them announcing that all Life is Strange games from Life is Strange 1, Life is Strange Before the Storm, including the Farewell and Life is Strange 2, will be coming on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Now that would still be alright. Probably it would turn a lot of people to buy the consoles, but you know what, let's get back to the Reddit. Life is Strange 3 will tell the sad story of a boy and a girl with a distinctive mind power. Both are bisexual, will be divided in 4 parts. Are there 100% chances it's false? Absolutely, but the details surrounding all of this is just too good to ignore. Besides, we just want Life is Strange news in our lives anyway. But this statement does sound very Life is Strange-ish, to be fair. We know the stories with this franchise are always sad, just pick any story. But here we have something really interesting. Story of a boy and a girl with a distinctive mind power. Now tell me why is already about siblings. It has a trans character, not much known about them, but here we have both are bi, so we know it's gonna be another choices-based game, leaving the options to pursue whichever path you want to go with. And finally, 4 parts, aka 4 episodes. It seems to me that 5 episodes template is where everyone would stuck. Sometimes a story doesn't need 5 episodes. Before the Storm needed more time, more episodes to span out, ending felt rushed. Yet Farewell episode was literally perfect for its duration, and 1 episode. Life is Strange 2 could have easily been reduced to 3 episodes with 3 to 4 hours of content, or 4 episodes at max. If you played the whole game, you would know. And Life is Strange 1 could also be cut to 4 episodes. It's just how it is, so it wouldn't surprise me if LIS 3 or whatever upcoming Life is Strange game or any episodic game is less or more than 5 episodes. Now, of course, there are some other leaks on Discord, Twitter. I'm not gonna go into them because really the point with all this here is Life is Strange is a very respectable franchise, and always any sequel continuation is gonna have a lot of hype, promise, excitement. So all of this comes with risk. You either move on from the first story or you stick with it and tell a bunch of variety from the same story. Here, that is not the case. Regardless of whether Deck 9 or Dontnod working on this, as long as we're getting a LIS game, sign me up, which is why I believe yes, at Xbox Inside, we will see at least a text or a work or statement from someone that is associated with the Life is Strange franchise in any way, and we will have some news on the future of this franchise or just Deck 9 in general that is completely unrelated to Life is Strange. Is it soon for Life is Strange 3? Sure, you could argue, but it doesn't mean they have to announce and release everything within a short span. They could just announce it now and release it like what, a year or 2 later? I'm fine with both. But yeah, I know this wasn't story, plot, anything related to characters, it's just a general consensus of what's going on with Life is Strange franchise. There are still rumors and speculations. If we get LIS project, Life is Strange project from Deck 9 whilst Dontnod releases both Tell Me Why and Twin Mirror, it's gonna be very interesting. Ugh. But with that being said, that would do it for this video. I don't know why this went too long. I will be making sure to keep an eye out on any information that I could get. Until then, it's been a hella of a time. Hey, see what I did there? No, that was cringe and it was wrong. Alright, peace out.